Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm gonna, just a short video, but I'm gonna be making a tincture, and I have a lot of allergies, so does Brian. You would think living in the high desert that allergies wouldn't be as bad, but I'm here to tell you they can be horrible, and there's just a few things that almost everyone has allergies to here. Rabbit brush is my nemesis. That is horrible. It's beautiful when it blooms, but you're miserable. And you would think that it wouldn't be so bad, but one of our biggest problems is the dryness and the dust. Because we don't get rain, because everything just stays dry, it's dusty, and the wind blows a lot. So it picks up all the pollen, whether it's current or it's been laying somewhere for a while. The wind carries it, and it's almost year round for some of us. So I always try and look for a more natural way to treat things, and so far nothing has worked very well. But this one I've heard very highly spoken of, so I'm going to give it a try, and it's so easy to do, and that is stinging nettle leaf tincture. Now, I have not been able to grow stinging nettle yet. I'm looking for seeds, and I'm going to try and grow it, because if this works, I want to be able to grow it myself. But I haven't, so I went and bought a bag of it. And you can make this into a tea, and that's for immediate use. If you're waiting on your tincture, you can go ahead and drink this as a tea every day. But this is stinging nettle leaf, and this is by Frontier Co-op, and it's certified organic. So you want to see that. And this is, of course, dried. You can use fresh if you have it. Again, I don't, so I'm going to be using the dried. And it's so simple. I don't even really want to call it a recipe, but I will put on gloves. And I do have a clean jar. Now, I like to use darker jars, and I have these purple ones, so that's what I'm going to use. So let's get started making stinging nettle leaf tincture. Again, it's really that simple. I've got my clean jar. I'm going to put a funnel there to make it easier to fill the jar. Now, if you're using fresh, you want to, of course, rinse them very, very well. But don't use soap, just rinse them, and then cut or chop them into smaller pieces, mostly to increase the surface area. And if you're using fresh nettles, fill the jar 3/4 full. Because dried tends to be stronger, you only fill the jar halfway. So basically, this is a pint jar, and that's about a cup. Pretty easy so far. And then what you want to do is take vodka, and it needs to be at least 40% alcohol, 80 proof, at least. It could be higher, but not lower. And then you just fill the jar. And we don't really drink vodka, but I like to keep it on hand for this purpose. You can also make vanilla with it and other things, but there you go. So you probably can't see because of the dark jar, but I have it filled to the 1-inch head space, almost to the bottom ring. I am gonna just make sure there's nothing on the rim. put a lid on it, and then I'm going to shake it up. There's your recipe. Now, you need to put the cap on tight. You need to label the jar and be sure and put the date you made it. And then you shake this every day. Now keep it out of sunlight, so as long as it's not in direct sunlight, it's fine, but I like to leave it where I'll see it and remember to do that. So shake it once a day. And then after 5 to 6 weeks, you strain it and bottle it. The instructions are very clear, though, to do not let it go past 6 weeks. So I'm going to put it on my calendar so that I don't forget, because I sometimes will. It's a busy time of year. So there we go, stinging nettle tincture. Now, how would you use it? Once you strain it off, and put it through a large coffee filter or cheesecloth over a strainer or something like that into a large measuring cup. Drain it, squeeze the herbs to get all of the tincture out of it. Then put that in a small amber tincture bottle, and with a glass medicine dropper is the best way, because you're going to use this by drops. Label that tincture jar and date it and put it in a dark, cool spot. And it has unlimited shelf life because of the vodka. So, how to use this? You will put 20 to 25 drops in a small amount of water. Do that twice a day. And that should help with your allergies, but it's also known to help with hay fever and arthritis pain, which I'm going to see if that part works too, because, you know, I'm getting up there, so I have some. So that's all there is to it to make stinging nettle tincture. Now, if you don't want to do this as a tincture, you don't want to use the alcohol or whatever, or if you want to make something in the meantime, this has the recipe for the tea, the directions right on the label, and it says 8 ounces of boiling water over 2 teaspoons of the herb, cover and steep 5 to 10 minutes, strain and serve immediately. Now the instructions I've been following are close. It says 1 cup of near boiling water over 1 to 2 tablespoons of the dried herb, steep for 10 to 20 minutes or until desired temperature, and then drink 1 to 3 cups daily. Some people will actually just chew this. I'm not going to do that. I haven't tasted it, but that's not something I want to do. So I'm really hoping that this helps with allergies, and that it's something that I can do here on my homestead. If I can grow the stinging nettles, harvest them, use them fresh or dried, and take care of my allergies in that way, it's more self-sustaining, and I'm sure it's better for you than over-the-counter or prescription allergy medications. This has actually been compared to Claritin. Don't know if that's true, but I'm going to give this a shot, and I hope you do too. It's so simple, and you can order the stinging nettle leaf online. Mountain rose herbs, you could order through Amazon. You can order through just do a search on it, and it was easy to find. It was not really that expensive, especially compared to over-the-counter medications I've been taking. And you can always have a jar of this going, so you always have it on hand. Thank you for watching. God bless, and we'll talk soon.